Okay. So we got one last story of the day, and this is a story that you're always. I always like to end on a good note, and so that being said, we just had a fantastic. I mean, no, we just had a couple of fantastic series end in Barry and Succession, but I'm not necessarily talking about those. I'm talking about another fantastic series, and if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. The Last of Us. The Last of Us was an absolute worldwide sensation in every respect. And we've seen time and time and time and time again that video game adaptations fail. Well, this one didn't fail. Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann did an outstanding job, and this is just going to have a huge, huge field day at the Emmys. And the star, the star of this whole thing was Bella Ramsey. Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal, but more importantly, Bella Ramsey. And she was just absolutely incredible to see. Um, and I think that that being said, when you have a character that knows what they want, okay, and they know that how they want to do it, I think that it's just an amazing thing. So that all being said, um, there is a piece here by the Wrap that I'm okay. So let's get to this piece here. The Last of Us, Bella's star Bella Ramsey understood their character right away. Ellie came very naturally to me. Bella Ramsey grew up while filming HBO's freshman series, The Last of Us. Literally, we spent a year out in Calgary. Ramsey said we adopted a dog out there. It was the best year of my life. It really was. I turned 18. I was over there and did absolutely nothing for my 18th birthday. They paused, then added, the day before I stabbed an infected in the basement. That was my last day of being a child. It was a fitting milestone for the British actor, thrust into the spotlight with her star turned into the series after breaking through in a small but yet iconic role as the young, resolute Linda Mormont in Game of Thrones. In The Last of Us, Ramsey plays Ellie, a teenager immune to the rampant fungal infection that wiped out most of the world's population and turned the disease zombie-esque creatures into a pennant for destruction. So, oh, thank you very much, Metal. Let me read this right now. Secret Invasion comes out soon. Will you do a watch party or reviews? Yes, yes, I will. Yes, I will be doing um for I'm going to be doing it for Secret Invasion. I have not seen the trailer for Ahsoka yet. But so there's so much coming out. That comes out this Secret Invasion comes out the 16th, I believe. I could be wrong. I know it's a Wednesday, so it is. I believe it's either the 24th, the 14th, or the 21st. So that being said, yeah, um, yeah. So the 14th to the 21st, definitely. 21st. Got it. 21st, definitely. I will absolutely be doing that on there. So I will, because of that, okay, I will actually have to mix up a couple of things. Um, but I will definitely be doing that. So probably what we'll end up doing, because you want we're going to do this, is Thursday's show, okay? Thursday's show, okay, what we'll do, okay, is we will actually not do a show, but what we'll do is we'll do a reaction, okay, or we'll do like a spoiler cast of Secret Invasion on Thursdays, okay. So we'll call it Secret Invasion Thursdays, and then what will end up happening is, so you'll get a show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday we'll do a show early because we're going to have all these movies coming out. And I'm gonna go see all these movies, okay, and then okay, um, I'll go see the movie, but we'll do Secret Invasion Thursday, and then we'll do the spoiler cast on Saturday. So we're definitely going to do that, absolutely. And I thank you very much for that $5. Um, so back to Bella real quick. So let me just bring. So this was so in The Last of Us. Okay, so she the sudden scrutiny, excuse me, of stardom has unsurprisingly taken some adjustment for the now 19-year-old. There's definitely a pressure, and I felt this massively, massively, especially when my casting got announced that there was a very mixed reaction. She said, they said, Ramsey said, most of the stuff I saw wasn't great, but I was already reckoning, did they pick the wrong person? I felt pressure all the way through shooting, but now it comes out and everyone's happy, and I'm happy. While the burden of expectation has been relieved by the warm reception for the series, the success has intensified the public's interest in the actor, who identifies as non binary. I think I've adapted to being famous, but then I got out of a plane from LAX to London late last night, and there were people waiting outside of the airport for me for things to sign. Like there was a paparazzi guy, and it was so weird. They said, like, how do you know I'm here? Further evidence of Ramsey's transformation into a more accurate identity came when the team asked what pronouns they liked to be used in articles. I was like, I don't know. I just settled on they and them, and then went back to she because it was easier. And now I'm at the point where articles will use anything, and it doesn't really bother me. And it all came about because of language. It wasn't being perceived as I'm a woman because I'm not. I didn't want to make headlines. I just didn't want headlines being like young, strong, inspirational woman, Bella Ramsey, because I'm just not. At the same time, Ramsey had no trouble finding her Ellie as a character, unintimidated at the thought of diving into the genre-heavy material, even though the original familiarity with The Last of Us was merely just a video game. The story and character descriptions were so great, even without knowing the scale of it. I was like, this looks interesting. The size of the project never really bothers me. It's more about how interesting it is. This was incredibly interesting, and I had heard of it, and it's a bit gay, so I'm like, I'm in. As for Ellie, Ramsey felt an immediate connection. Ellie came very naturally to me, they said. Some characters, I read the script. Some characters, I read the script, and you sort of feel them right away, and they're under your skin. And that's the thing. Like, I think that when you have a character like this, okay, and look, the reason why it's so, because this is worldwide. This is a worldwide thing. And I think if people had, there was so much expectation, because this goes back years and years. There was so much expectation for this. When it got announced, they're like, oh my God, because people lost their head. They're going to do The Last of Us. But they also had the knowledge that we've also had bad video game adaptations before. And I don't want this to be another one. That all being said, I think that when this came out, and this blew up, and I've talked about the ratings before, um, it was amazing, right? And so she really had to transform themselves from being this little star from one or two episodes to this mega star. And they even said coming out of the airport, how do they know I'm here? I have all these people around me. I think that this is so cool. I'm so happy for Bella. Um, it's just an amazing, amazing thing. And I cannot, and I'm sure you guys can't wait either, for The Last of Us Part 2. We have a writer's strike going on and everything else, but this is going to be, anybody who knows about The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2, look out. They have already said they are going to separate the two. So anybody who's played The Last of Us 2 knows it's a very, 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 very long game. But here's the thing. They're going to separate into 2 seasons. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know exactly where they're going to cut it off. They're going to do a season finale. At least I think so. I have no inside knowledge about this, but that would be interesting to see. I mean, now this version here, okay, we see this is, I think, like a PS4. This isn't like a PS5 rendered thing, but you could see when they talk about articulation to detail. I mean, look at that. Look how close that is. I mean, it's just, it's amazing in every single way. I can't wait for The Last of Us Part 2. And this is going to do huge numbers. And it's going to be so much fun. And we're definitely going to be talking about The Last of Us Part 2 when that hits. And, so, yeah. I mean, so I guess the question is, what did you think about Bella Ramsey being Ellie? Did you watch The Last of Us? And by the way, guys, go back and tune into all the streams that myself and a bunch of other guys and gals did on The Last of Us. We did every single episode, breaking it all down. It was an amazing series. What did you think of The Last of Us? What did you think when they cast Ellie or Bella Ramsey as Ellie? Did you like the casting choice, or did you say, I didn't really care for that? Leave me your thoughts down in the comments, and I'm going to get back to everybody.